Any memes that are made can be posted in there, and if they're applicable and they're funny, then they might be thrown up on the Longshot Instagram. These episodes are thrown on the YouTube. That's it for me. I'm gonna pass it over to sorry, to end this recap. In the aftermath of the battle, a individual known as Bristle, who I don't know how much I want to say. An individual named Bristle gave the go-ahead, and knives were pulled on Brady last second.
Nothing happened. Nothing at all happened.
And as
business as usual,
Thranduin,
and we all lived happily ever after.
being close by, saw it in time and reached out a hand reflexively just to have the arm chopped off. And now we're gonna have to deal with that. Otto is on the first floor. Brady and Thranduin are on the second floor. Otto is on the first floor, surrounded by the remaining giants, as well as the leaders, the fire giants and the stone giants, surrounded by the remains of the bloody battle. And then Fizbin and Terra are both in the woods helping fight. That music is so loud. Helping quell the forest fire and other such, and securing one of the elders, as we know, one of Gent's goals given to Thranduin when he signed his pact and became a warlock for Gent, was to slay the elders and destroy the monoliths, plural. A lot to unpack tonight. Very excited. Thranduin has since convinced Prince Hillel of the E1T, who follow Gent, to abandon Gent. And in response, Hillel went to the volcano to speak to the queen, Queen, and was able to send Otto the blue medal for his Godzilla cannon. So that said, let's start with Critfail Jake.
Hey everyone, I'm Critfail Jake. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram. I do mostly cosplay content there. I'm playing Thranduin, the half-elf, drow, fighter, warlock, who recently got his arm lopped off. So despite that, his main worry is still Brady. And the adrenaline will be carrying him into this next fight. We'll see how long that lasts. I'll pass it off to Dorky.
Hi guys, I'm that dorky cosplayer. I play Brady, the half-elf bard, and currently the squishy character with knives pointing at them. So, Brady is scared. Brady is not sure what's going on, and Haley is hungry. So nice to meet you. Find me in the links and find me on all the things.
And I'm a little peckish, but moving forward.
Off to Pillowsuit.
Such a weird segue. Okay. It's like, hi, I'm Mr. Pillowsuit, and I just ate.
Actually, now I'm hungry.
And I'm full. I do TikTok and everything else. I play Otto Kane, the rogue tiefling of this group, and all around badass thinker of and innovator of majority of the things that have gone right and sometimes wrong with this campaign. And I think that I'm more than allowed to boast that this far into this campaign, with how many times that I've not only saved our asses, but also just turned the tides for the better in our favor. Yeah, so there's the whole thing with arms being lopped off. I don't know how, if I'm on the first floor, I think I'm just gonna get hit with your arm, dude. I'm just gonna feel a bonk on my head and be like, what was that? Oh, hey, it's an arm. Oh, wait, this is a familiar sigil on it.
It's twitching, but I recognize
the same
it.
color as... Oh.
It's like I just look at it and it gives me the middle finger. It's like, oh, this is Thranny's.
What drow? Just wait a minute.
I know this finger.
It is my expert opinion that now is the time to panic.
Yeah. So, he's gonna wonder what the hell is going on. And with that, I will give that off to Taylor.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. You can find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, all that jazz, everywhere. I play Terra, the Satyr Druid, who right now is currently super concerned with another forest fire. And so she's over there battling that. Yeah. This group again knows who started the freaking forest fire in my forest. So she's mostly worried about plants, and she's already coming up with her, as she's dousing flames. She's like, okay, I'm gonna, we're gonna stay the night here. I'm gonna focus on 8 hours. I'm gonna get this like plant crop growing. And she has all of that running through her mind. No idea that Dorky is being threatened, that an arm has been removed. And hopefully she will find out so she can make her way back. And I will pass it off to GoodGriefGeorge.
Hello, I'm GoodGriefGeorge, who is currently eating. So we've hit past, present, and future.
Nice.
Well done.
We have the ghosts of Christmas present.
We have the trifecta.
Excellent. Just what I wanted to see. I've even got the same look from the movie. I'm the present. Anyway.
Come in and know me better, man.
So I'm playing. Should we call the couple Fizzton?
Oh.
Or Cryban?
Cryban.
I don't know. But for now, Crichton is currently just chasing down forces until
Crichton's
they
on
get
auto
to
rampage. It's whatever. It's fine.
He'll pop back up later, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Fizzbin is just using his decanter. You have a command line, by the way, for these 3 different effects. So the geysers, command line is Hail Hydrate. I wanted y'all to know that. That's why I came up with that, just so I can use the decanter. Anyway, that's all he's doing. He's just putting out fires. He's being a fireman right now. He just like Terra has no idea really what's happening. So let's jump into it because I've been waiting all week for this. So let's just
so let's actually start with Fizzbin. Fizzbin, you are currently going to great efforts to put out this to fix the fire of the land. And you note that the storm, as night falls, still isn't raining. If you would like to do something about that, you may make a religion check.
Oh, raining?
No, but as the night falls, the thunder continues to. Usually after a battle, in your experience, that the Stormfather is taking note of and watching. After it tends to just fizzle off, but if anything, the rumbles are continuing, and you're starting to grow concerned.
17 religion.
17 religion. It begins raining, and it's a cold rain. Almost, and with your 17, that's almost characteristic. It's like there's something. It's like the Stormfather is keeping you awake by giving you the cold rain and helping douse the forest fires. But you feel a concern, kind of a tension building when normally at this time in the battle, in the post battle, where people start to relax a bit, and anyone on duty on guard shift would still remain alert, and everyone else starts pulling at the kegs and talking about their valor and their conquest and stuff like that. But you feel apprehensive. Stormfather is still here, keeping his eye.
And I wouldn't, Fizzbin wouldn't assume that he would be caring too much about the forest life per se. So he might take a moment to try and pray.
Okay.
To the Stormfather to try and like see if there's some kind of guidance here.
Okay.
But otherwise, if he doesn't get anything within the first, after his brief prayer, might wait like 30 seconds or so. But afterwards, he might try and get back to the giants, see what's going on.
You begin praying. Terra, you're in a near panic. You've been running around, worried about this forest fire, and you hear, you feel hail hydrate. Thank you. Your hairs start to stand on end, like electricity, and you have a moment of like, this is what happens right before lightning strikes, and you look to Fizbin, and then you watch lightning strike Fizbin.
Sure, you can handle
Just
that.
boom. Just one
It's all I've ever
crack.
wanted.
And then the ground shakes. The like a small like skittering of lightning. Just you watch it. You can and you kind of throw your arms up in time, and you can see your bones through your skin from the bright flash, kind of seared into your mind. And we'll hold off for a second there. You're briefly blinded. Fizbin, you find yourself on this. Standing on water. It's not shallow, you don't see the bottom, and there's a slowly swirling, non-progressing storm wall all around you in a circle, and and you kind of note, oh, it's right there, and then you see how vast of this plane is. And so you realize that these storm walls are huge, and you're in this huge open expanse, maybe a mile wide, and the water is completely still. You can see your reflection, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Otto, you are doing your thing. You've picked up the rune remains of Drogar's dainty dungeon, and you have it, and you're looking at it, and you're like, man, it's freaking, it's gone. I want, and you have moments of like, how can I replicate this? How can I, turn this into a win? When an arm just flops down in front of you, and you're standing before the ramp that slowly goes around and up to the second floor, and you have a moment of like, and then you realize you see the tattoo of Gent's tattoo on Thranduin's arm peeking out of the cloth and armor, and the blood begins pouring out of the arm, and we'll get to you in just a second. Brady, you hear make a perception check for me, Brady.
15.
Honed senses you don't remember having kind of alarm. You hear real quietly, because you've been healing the people around you, but you hear the soft pull of many knives, and then you hear the of Thranduin's arm being severed, and I'm still gonna have that surprise round, and we'll get to that in just a second. But first, Thranduin gets a reaction. But first, before that, he's gonna take this damage, and hopefully not go into shock if I surpass half his hit points.
You will have to do a lot, but I mean that's possible.
Your arm's been cut off. Yeah,
Seriously, if it's like minimal damage, you have to say one of the lines from the movie.
Lines, what?
From the whole Monty Python. It's minimal damage. Like,
you take 39.
I've had worse.
Just a flesh wound.
You take
How about
39. You take 39 slashing damage. You don't have to roll for stun. You look over, and you're not in shock, but the pain hasn't really hit you yet. Calm down. Calm down, Bucky.
Just like, huh.
The pain hasn't really hit you yet, but you do see like the little squirt of blood, and it splatters against this massive breastplate, and you kind of look up, and there's this big woman, and she is dual wielding a battle axe. And on the other end, it's one of those like Asian clubs. I forget what they're called, but it's got the like metal knobs on the end. and she's just put it, cracked it into the ground. She looks up at you with hatred, genuine hatred in your eyes. You've never met her before. What's your reaction?
She took my arm. I don't know how it happened. Vanities.
Fantasy curses.
Yes.
Murder, thank you for the follow. Yeah, we're level 9. There should be a D&D Beyond layout where you can see our builds.
Got no
and
arms
as
left. Yes, I have.
As I say these profanities, she gets a lovely D6 necrotic damage.
Okay. You bark back in Infernal.
Do I know Infernal?
I mean, I'm assuming you're using Hellish Rebuke.
No, I mean, my.
Oh, my apologies. My apologies.
Oh,
Continue.
I know
Hellish Rebuke.
That's right, you do. Thank you.
I kind of know Hellish Rebuke.
I can rebuke you hellishly. Bucky, why are you freaking out tonight? What's going on?
That is a glorious full 6 damage.
6 damage, very good.
Take that.
I have it written down in the rotation as Lady Axe. All right.
You big butt munch.
Let's get to this surprise round. Sorry, is that all? Is that all for you, Thranduin? Thranduin, you done with your reaction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. Yeah.
5 knives.
Oh no.
Your AC, Brady, is 13.
Oh no.
Okay, we're off to a good start.
Good for who?
Good for you.
Oh, okay.
Wait, cast
Plus
shield.
7 to hit. Okay, 3 knives. You feel 3 knives. One in your kind of lower leg, like it was going for your hamstring, to no success. It just digs in and just kind of scrapes the bone. Another one kind of scraping up against your spine, and you feel lightning. Not real lightning, but you feel like that nerve damage right down to your toes, but you remain on your feet. And the other one takes you right in that kind of lower back, scraping the hip. Let's roll this damage.
TPK. TPK.
No!
Okay.
And she's dead.
While we're doing that, we
Call
will.
an ambulance. Call an ambulance.
That's it.
But not
For
me.
me!
So surprise. So multi-tack applies to surprise round, correct? I believe it does. Yes,
I don't know what
I'm
you're talking
thinking yes.
about.
If a person, okay, never mind. So that's the first round of knifings.
Knifing's
First
for
round.
everyone.
That's 1, 2. Each
You
5
got
of these
knifing.
have 3
It's
attacks.
The Oprah of knifings. Sir Feffers.
You're getting Caesared over here. That's another.
Or.
And these are just regular knives?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I don't
That's
get
2
any
more.
reaction.
Do you have a reactionary thing to do?
I don't think so. I was
Then
just
no.
curious.
2 more
Yeah.
knives, one taking you in the side, the other you almost don't feel it. It's like this weird separating, like hot like white hot pain, and you see the bit of it kind of poke through. You look down and you see a little bit of the knife poke through your shoulder. And then another round.
Is Misty Step a reaction?
Is Misty
I think it's a
Step reaction?
bonus. It might be actually. I think it is.
It's a bonus action.
It's a bonus action.
That would be amazing. It's like, ow. Poop.
All right, you are knifed 2 more times, but no crits, so that's nice. Let's roll all this damage, shall we? I gotta pull my phone out. What's up?
Jeff, did you roll individually for each multi-attack?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I just rolled 15 times d20s.
Oh.
Oh, Misty escape feature of the Warlock. I got you. Okay.
Let's take a look. I'm pulling out my dice roller. not a real sponsor, but Dice and Dragons, very useful for the DM who suddenly has far too many knife
Poor
rolls to make on
DM.
the fly. Yeah, poor me.
Just get a box. Just get a box of D6s. You'll be fine.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is pretty. This is gonna hurt.
Fireball friends are.
It ain't no Minotaur axe, let me tell you.
They're just D4s.
They're not.
It's fine.
Each
Oh, you said
sne-
okay.
These are sneak attacks.
Right, but a knife deals 1d4.
Oh, yeah.
1d4 plus 3d6.
That's 1. That's 2. 3,
That ain't no dragon tree leaf.
4. 4
Got
more.
If you're anywhere near the
5.
dragon tree leaves, I recommend grabbing one.
Am I?
Nope. 6.
Nope.
Tree, help me.
7. Okay.
And I'm glad we taught Verdi how to roll for her HP.
Right?
Oh man.
She's going right back down to the original.
She
Yeah?
takes 77 hit points of damage.
Oh, she's gone.
That one more than your total?
2 more.
In your
I have
ear,
75.
in your ear, you hear for Jalel. For Jalel. You drop to the ground. All right, let's roll initiative.
You're Superman's sister?
What? This was the twist the whole time?
Are we all rolling initiative?
You are not, because you're currently in a vision with the Stormfather.
Okay.
Do I don't roll, right?
You do,
I'm down.
because you gotta
I
be
do.
making death saving throws.
Oh!
And you
Wait,
better
what do
believe
I
they're
do?
trying to finish the job. We'll get to
She's
that.
at-
She's at
she's at
negative.
2.
She's at negative. Yeah, she drops. No, she's.
Oh, I thought you said no. She has 2 hit points, right?
She has 75 hit points and she took 77 hit damage.
Oh, I thought you said she had 2.
Yeah, she
2
went down.
left.
She went
I was
down.
like,
So we got to figure out when in the rotation, you'll be making those death saves.
And
22
do I
from
do
Pillowsuit.
How does this?
The normal initiative, D20 plus your dex. Okay.
Am I rolling too? Or
Yes,
no?
you are.
So I'm in- Oh, and oh,
What do I need to
Okay.
roll for a save?
For a save? Oh, it's just a 50-50.
Easy.
You just so if you succeed in 3 death saving throws, which means you roll 10 or higher, that's 1. If you don't, that's a fail. You need to make 3 of one or the other, and you either die or you come back, or you.
So I want to roll a 10 or higher to get
Yes.
a save.
To succeed in 1 death saving throw. We'll get to that on your turn.
Okay, sorry.
You're good. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
I'm just trying to see how I'm dying. and when.
Brady's just over here like, knives are all in me. Could you give me like a break?
22 from Otto. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm just
Messing
messing with
these guys again.
I'm just
Okay, here we
messing with
go.
Thranny's. Can I make if Thranny's arm hit me in the head, can I do a hellish rebuke?
It landed before you.
just got burnt to a crisp.
He's like,
You have no arm to get back.
okay. An 8 from Taylor. Who is Tara? Okay. Thranduin with a 16. That's tasty. Thranduin, Otto, Tara. Berdi, let me get your initiative roll.
7.
7?
Yeah.
That is not good.
No.
is a poor choice of a roll.
That's really bad.
Not
You have
a choice.
inspiration.
Inspiration.
We all have
Use the
inspiration.
Is it?
Oh, that's true. Otto, would you like to? Not Otto. Sorry, Tara. Would you like to use your inspiration point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, no.
Yeah, Otto.
Nat 20!
Ooh,
Yeah.
putting Tara up on the
Yeah.
higher up.
Let's
go. All right, Brady.
I can roll again.
Yes, if
that
you
what I-
use your point of inspiration. The chat
What if
bought
I
you.
use-
The chat did buy you a point of inspiration.
What if I use a lucky?
I believe that it's applicable.
It's the same thing either way, right?
Yep, yep.
I think this is better.
You rolled
16?
a 7. Yeah, it's much better.
I sure would hope so.
Thranduin, what's your dex? Brady, what's your dex? That determines who goes
Mine
what.
is less than hers.
Okay,
Like the total or the plus?
you're good. I've got my answer.
Okay. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
Just keep on trying to survive.
I'm trying.
That's free.
How far away is Fizbin? Oh, he's.
Fizbin's-
How far away is Terra?
Tara is very far
Equally
away.
far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, how far?
We'll get to
Yeah, how
that.
far technically?
We'll get to that in a second once I write
I
down
can
all
tree
this stuff.
stride.
Yeah.
Jeff, I have a question when you have a sec.
Okay, what's up?
Yame asked a question in the chat. Can
Okay.
the random HP help if it lands on Dorothy?
They're really
Frozen?
they're really gonna utilize that, aren't they?
Does
Yeah, everybody in chat, just start rolling for HP
ready.
and give it
I have
to
so
Dorothy.
many channel points saved up. I'm ready.
If we want to
Party
talk
cannot-
mechanics,
So she's just gonna be
Party
like,
cannot buy
"Party
each
of
other
God!"
HP.
right? Does temporary HP allow that?
I
if
don't
you're at
know.
zero?
Yeah, that's where my head's at. Temp HP. Does temp HP get someone up
Hey,
from
Google.
being knocked out? Let me jump over to the Google. That's a good question.
Yeah, if you have 0 hit points, receiving temporary hit points doesn't restore you to consciousness or stabilize you. They can
Alright.
still absorb damage directed at you while you're in that state, but only true healing can save you.
Okay, so no dice from the chat.
But it can help absorb some of the damage if someone decides to attack her while she's down.
That's true, but that's just an automatic death save.
Yeah.
That's an automatic failed death save
Well,
if they're hit.
no.
If it's more than
Well,
if it's
no,
more
Oh,
than
yeah.
the temp.
It's because she has health now. She has a pool.
Oh, yeah.
If it does damage to her, then it is an automatic fit. But if she has a pool of hit points, it doesn't
Okay.
break all
Yeah,
that.
it
Okay.
would have to bring it
So-
back down to 0.
So
Yeah.
okay, so the
Also-
chat, but she still
The
does have
chances
to
of it-
roll the death saves, right?
Yeah, on her
If
turn.
it-
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dorky has
So
She'll be
12
the
temp HP.
strongest
Chances of it
corpse
getting
on
to
Write
the
it down,
map.
Dorky.
Oh my
You
God.
know,
You're gonna
substantial
need it
amount.
because these assassins plan on making sure you go down.
We're about to Twitch chat save Verdi.
I think so. Maybe we'll see. Random member. Yeah. Okay. Cool. A random member. Yame gave HP to position 5. Okay. Cool. Yame, you're on top of things. You are all over this. All right. Otto.
Thank you, Yame.
Yeah,
You can hustle your buns like 30 feet to a point where you can easily get onto the ramp to run up, or you can make a athletics or acrobatics to try to like wall run up to the ramp and put yourself up and keep going, saving yourself a bit of movement speed. Or of course you could do other things.
yeah. So let me check those other things real quick. Nope,
Wait,
can't
who's
do that.
going right now?
Otto.
Me.
Oh, okay.
How far up is it?
Roughly 40 feet. So a decent athletics check will succeed in getting you, or acrobatics because dexterity. but you would have to burn a lot of movement speed. Probably take the dash action just to get most of the way up the ramp, unless you do one of those checks. In which case, I'll say you can get to eye level of what's going on if you make that check. Be able to see what's going on. Moon. Oh no.
Can I do something else?
Yeah.
Can I? Because I'm looking at this arm and I'm realizing, oh, some ish is going on up there.
Mm-hmm.
Can I shove a magic bolt into the arm and chuck it up there?
Interesting. You would still have to make a dex check, but yes.
For what?
Throwing it
Okay.
off,
Yeah.
basically off the wall onto the second floor, but yes. But that wouldn't take any of your action or bonus action or anything like that. I would say I'll charge you movement speed to pick up this thing and take the time
I'll
to
take
shove a crossbow bolt forcibly up into the arm. Or, maybe if you want to be a little less morbid, you could just like shove it, stick it in there, or like weasel it in between the armor bits. Macabre.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like anywhere where it's concealed, the arm gets thrown back up, but the bolt.
But it's concealed. Then you're gonna have to shove it all the way up into that arm.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Then I'm going to absolutely be shoving that into there.
Okay, so you spend some precious moments and you put your foot on the hand and you bend it up so it's along your shin, and you pull one of your magical crossbow bolts and you line it up along the forearm bone and you shove it down in there, and go ahead and you kind of check the weight, test the wind, and you whip it. Make a dex check.
14.
14. Okay, it kind of bounces off the wall and kind of flops onto the second floor, kind of teetering, but does make but is up there.
Okay, cool.
I'm helping.
All right, so you've done that.
Yeah, can I get it? Can I get it with advantage?
I mean, you're giving him a hand.
Clip that.
Oh yes, please. Please say I can do this at an advantage. He's technically helping me.
Does Otto say that too? Like, thanks for giving me a hand.
Yeah.
Just this whole entire episode's gonna be one-liners.
All right.
This is our 1980s action show episode.
Okay. So what do you
Just
do
bad
now?
one-liners in action. So I chuck it, and so it's just chilling there.
Oh yeah.
All right, and that's my movement. Is that what you said?
have?
I'm sacrificing?
Shoving the arrow in there cost you 10 feet. You still have
Cost me 10
have some movement. I would say. Yeah. What do you want to do? I'll still give you your bonus action in action.
Well, Danky's right next to me, isn't he?
Sure.
I'm gonna ask Danky to chuck me next.
Okay. I mean, he'll make a strength check, but he's big, strong. So you look
Yes,
over
he
at
is.
Danky. What do you do?
Up-
He's literally
uppies.
just like he has no clue what's going on. He's just like, his back is turned. He's just like,
Yeah. Like,
Toss me. I cannot jump this distance. You'll have to toss me.
yeah, toss me.
What?
It's like, Danky, up. Need up.
He turns, looks at the blood, and you see him like wake up fully. He's gonna he doesn't have time. He doesn't have time to like question anything. He doesn't have time to make it pretty. You have a moment of like panic as he just grabs your ankles and just and starts
Oh, yeah, I
Mario
absolutely-
spinning.
Yeah, I want this to be like Colossus chucking Wolverine.
Okay. Yeah, and he's just gonna
as far as he can up.
You kind of look down your chest at him, and he's like moving, watching, and he releases. Okay, 24. you kind of and he gets you on the ramp, and you kind of look up, and you're kind of just see what's going on.
Yeah,
This is what Bowser feels like.
That's exactly where I want to be right now.
Okay, so you see the knives. You see Brady down, and she's just blood. And you see multiple humans and E1T with knives surrounding her, looking like they're gonna finish the job. They're gonna make sure they're gonna keep going. And you see the very large person. She's in my notes as Lady Axe, in plate mail. She's got the visor down, and you can see the snarl as she's just chopped off Thranduin's arm and is just mean mugging Thranduin, who's just sitting there looking at the stump in alarm. You watch the magic of his armor whiplash out and do necrotic damage to her, and she kind of like flinches a bit.
Okay, and then from there, how close to the arm am I?
Very within reach if you wanted to grab it.
I'm gonna grab the arm, and I'm gonna throw it at her.
Okay, you lob the arm. Make that I'll allow that because it's just a straight line. You just hurl it. It lands close to her, and you watch some of the you watch one who's like in range of being able to see it go. Just kind of look down at the arm.
Slap her in the face, so I can be like, ah!
Death save. No.
Did she notice the arm?
She's down. She's unconscious and bleeding out.
Oh.
Wait, who are you throwing it at?
She threw it at.
Was
He threw
throwing
it
it
to
at her.
Brady.
Oh, I thought
I was
chucking
throwing-
it
yeah.
at the...
It's your arm though, if that helps.
Yeah, I thought it was throwing it at someone else.
You threw the arm at me.
I
He's
threw
got
it
the
in
he's
your
got the
general
magic
direction.
crossbow bolt in there.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? Eat it? Thranduin kebab.
It'll give you strength.
All right, what do you do, Otto?
Protein.
With that though, I'll take a sneak attack crossbow shot at one of the E1Ts.
Okay, roll to hit.
Whichever one's got a
One of the
like,
assassins.
one of the ones that's got a knife in Brady right now.
Yeah, there's 5 of them.
Yeah, well, one of them.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Well, action. Thank you. That's gonna be 24.
24 hits.
Yeah. And let's see. That's gonna be a lot of damage. 26.
26 damage. Lodges in her back. The assassin. She goes. All right. Is that you got anything else in the pocket you want to throw out there?
Yeah. Or actually, you know what? No. I'm just gonna, after doing that, I'm gonna hide behind that banister, or like that balcony again.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of crouch down, going out of sight. All right, Terra. You kind of blink away the blues and the purples of the after image of your skeletal hand, and you see that Fizbin is just fully rigid. He doesn't look like he's in pain. He doesn't even look
Okay.
damaged, aside from what
Okay.
happened in the battle, or any damage he took in the battle, which I don't think was any. he's just full rigid arc looking up at the sky. You see he's basically on point for like his tippy toes of talons that he's got. His
Okay.
tail fully straightly rigid. Arms kind of splayed outwards, fully extended.
I look up. What is he looking at?
You don't see anything, but go ahead and roll a
Nothing.
perception check.
Okay. I was like, no, I don't know what to do. Can I help you?
You're like, I don't know. He likes lightning though, right? I mean,
22.
22. You hear the screams of your good friend. Real faint through the crackling of the fire that's beginning to die down and the screams of the dying and distant combat. But you do hear one specific note as you're kind of coming to. You kind of go into this shock state, and just because of that, because it just off in the distance, you hear the scream of Brady being knifed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in the back.
Okay. That sounds terrible. I'm going to. How far away is she?
Very far. And then there's the trenches in the way as well. But there are you do spy the dragon leaf tree, one of the two, and you know which one is closest to the which one is closest to the ramp. There's a fly. Sorry, focus. How far is your tree step?
My tree step.
Tree
is,
stride.
My tree stride is 500 feet.
That is close enough.
Okay.
Is Tara about to pull a Toph? Run with the earth underneath.
Create a spot on your choice within 5 feet of the designated tree. Using another tree 5 feet. Okay. So it cost me 5 feet of movement, just to bamf to the other tree.
Yeah. So you to the nearest tree, which is we'll say 10 feet, and you step behind it. And to the viewer, it looks like you should have appeared right on the other side of the tree, but you step out from next to the dragon leaf tree closest to the ramp. You see
and then I
Danky
have-
looking around in a mild state of alarm and looking up.
Okay, I have the rest of my movement to try to get up there.
It's about
I'm going
50 feet
to-
of ramp.
50 feet of ramp. How far away is Danky?
Danky is roughly 40 feet away at the bottom, next to the ramp on the floor of the first floor. You can see at the top of the 50-foot ramp, maybe 40 feet, that you see Otto crouched, and he's got an action look. He looks like he's fully awake and alert.
Okay. I'm going
Slightly proud of
to-
himself.
I'm just gonna go as close as I can.
So you already moved 10 feet.
Yeah. And I can't see her, and I can't use another spell because I used that spell, but I wanted to be able to get there quickly. Can I use my action to dash and
Was your action to tree stride though?
oh yeah, my action was tree strike. I'm silly. Okay, then I get as far as I can, and I don't think I can't do any of my bonus actions because they're all leveled spells. So I'm there. I'll be there next round.
Okay. All right. So you start moving. Okay. So you move up. How far can you move? You move 10 feet.
I can move 35 feet in total.
Okay, so you go another
25.
25 feet. You start going up the ramp. Bristle, the E1T lieutenant, captain, commander of the E1T forces that
Raider.
Prince Hillel, yes, that put in charge of the E1T forces, who commanded the assassination attempt, is going to dart and start running towards one of the openings on the side. Having seen the crossbow bolt, knowing the ramp is unsafe, he's going to start moving towards the lip of the windows on the second floor, and assumedly an attempt to jump off the side. He'll take some fall damage, but better than trying to get past Otto, Terra, and Danky. But he does move past Thranduin's range of attack, so Thranduin gets an attack of opportunity.
Still got one good arm. I'ma use it.
He does hiss as he's running. Finish her. You're muted, Brittany.
Yeah.
Does an 18 hit?
Bristle? It does.
All right. I have a D8 somewhere. Uh, 12 damage.
12 damage, thank you.
Magical slashing even matters.
It does. It always does. All right, that's Bristle. He kind of grunts from the attack, and Lady Axe is going to take another swing at you.
Yay.
Thranduin with an AC of 23, but you don't have your shield anymore, is that correct?
It's 19 now.
So it's 19? Does not hit. It glances off your armor and you're staggered back a single step. And she's going to swing again. That one does not connect either. That one also staggering you back one step. Just strong axe blows to the chest, but your magical armor holds.
I just stare at her defiantly.
All right, Brady.
Are these steps back enough to get me out of a opportunity attack range?
No. Brady, go ahead and roll a flat d20 for me. You are making a death saving throw.
You said I add to right? I don't know if
It's
it
just a
matters or-
flat d20. It's a
You don't add con?
or
no,
death.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Well, 19.
19. Okay, that's one successful death saving throw. Mark that down. You need 3 in total, or 3 failures, and you will die.
Okay, here I am.
All right, so that's you. Thranduin, you're up.
All right, I'm going to run to Brady.
Okay, if you do so, you're going to take a hit.
I will take that hit.
Okay.
I'm running to Brady. Did I stutter?
That is a 9 plus. That does not hit. You feel you hear this as the axe goes over your head. She's very tall.
Oh, you suck! And I'm just
All
gonna
right.
run.
You cross over and you get.
Get good, Scrub.
There are 5 surrounding her body with their long knives.
Aw, I'm going to just like grab a hold of her,
Of Brady.
of Brady.
Doing so would move you into the range of an attack of opportunity from 2 of them, because you have to
Forward.
pass 2 of them to get on, because they're surrounding her.
I'll take that chance.
Okay. Those aren't even d20s. There we go. 1 hits you.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's not a sneak attack, so there's a bit less damage involved.
He takes 4
So do you.
Necrotic damage. Mine's necrotic, so it's better because reasons.
Because reasons and stuff. All right, that's 4 damage. All right, you pile on top of Birdie. What do you do?
Dimension door away.
Okay. You.
I'm gonna dimension door as close to Terra as I can.
As close to Terra as you can. Did you know where Terra was when you started moving? Because otherwise, you may not. I don't believe you do. Because she hadn't gotten up into line of sight for you yet. I'll allow that you knew where Otto was,
like,
though.
I'm coming! As I was running up.
If you had specified, then yes.
Dang it. Next time.
We all thought it was gonna be.
What's your passive
Redeem
perception
dying today?
What's your
Mine,
passive perception?
14.
14. You would have seen the bolt that flew past, and you know that's a crossbow bolt. That's Otto, and you would have been able to figure out probably where he is, which is by the ramp. So you can.
How far did she get to the second
I'm
floor?
She's
Almost there.
she's only a few feet up the ramp. She's near Otto.
Like-
She's near Otto. So you would know where Otto is, and that's an ally.
So
The
I'll take
top
her there.
floor has been used for the sick and dying, but you know that there are
Perfect.
still many giants. You know that there are still many giants down on the first floor, as well as the fire giant and the stone giants.
Yeah, allies. So I'll take her towards where I think Otto's probably going to be.
Okay, you and Otto next to you. Thranduin appears, bloodied, missing an arm, holding Bradee's body.
Bloodied, stabbed.
Yeah, corpse. Not a corpse just yet, but
I will save you.
I can't do anything to this. Just look at them.
no, it's not your turn.
Okay. Just like, oh, hi, damn.
All right, that's your action. Bonus action.
Let's see. I guess I'll stand and like take a protective stance in front of her.
Okay, so you're laying her down.
Yeah, I mean like we were both like I never actually picked her up. It was more of like a
Oh, right.
we're here, and then just boom, boom,
That
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
stand
yeah.
up.
That makes sense. You get up.
Wrestle
Cool.
with her.
So I'll just stand up and be ready to guard.
Okay. All right. So 5 assassins, having lost their prey, and looking about. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a percentile to see what they do. Knowing there are giants below, and not being able to see you, Thranduin, simply that their prey has disappeared. They're going to look at each other and briefly communicate in a coded language. They break. They all dart, quickly hopping over bodies towards one of the farther the dragon leaf tree that is farther away of the beginning of the ramp. The dragon leaf tree, which is incredibly sentient and was just used for means of tree stride by Terra, is aware vaguely of what's going on, can smell the blood. And as they leap to the dragon leaf tree to shimmy themselves down, they are cut asunder. They are ribboned. You hear the screams and you watch the insane damage of the leaves of these trees churning and just mulching these assassins. Okay. that brings us back up to, that is the end of the first round. Still alive is Bristle and Lady Axe.
And Brady.
And Brady, which is just great.
Pretty.
The Giants, because it's the end of the round, the Giants have seeing the things and kind of looking about. Denki kind of in a state of panic, as well as Terra just hightailing it across the ramp, go into a state of alarm. Skiop, the stone giant that you have befriended, stands.
To arms! Fight! Fight! Assassins! Knives in the back!
And he's gonna get up and he's just gonna start in quick few couple of strides. He's gonna look at Denki, look at Brady, and without regard to Thranduin, just grab Brady and football holder, and just back away towards the other stone giants. The fire giant, she's gonna see the blood pouring down the dragonleaf tree and head towards that way. The other hill giants, who are incredibly less intelligent, kind of begin slowly reacting, getting up and raising themselves into a blood fury. Kind of slapping themselves, getting ready for battle. But that's gonna take them a bit of time. All right, Otto, you're up.
So who's still there? Lady Axe and
Lady Axe and Bristle.
Bristle. And Bristle's still on the ground?
No, Bristle is running towards the edge to leap over out a window and escape.
Okay. How far away are they then?
Bristle?
Yes.
Um,
And Lady Axe. I just want to know.
Lady Axe is the closer. She's maybe 40 feet. Bristle is maybe 100 feet.
And neither of them did anything with the hand?
With
Or
the
the arm?
hand? No.
No.
No, they have living targets that they need to focus on.
That's fine. So they're about 40 feet, you said?
40 feet. Lady Axe is 40 feet, 100 feet for Bristle.
And how far are they away from the arm?
You're directly next to the arm.
No.
Yep.
How am I?
Oh, no, you
directly
threw it
next
to
the
Brady.
arm?
I'm sorry. I apologize. You threw the arm. That would be in between Lady Axe and Bristle. Lady Axe being, judging by Thranduin's charge, maybe 20 feet away from the arm. Bristle being 80 feet from the like 60 feet from the arm.
So 60 feet. Hold on. I just need to check my equipment. Oh, yeah. We're fine. Okay. Well, I'm going to. Also, I just need. Yeah, you know what? I'll just keep with the sneak attack. So I'm gonna teleport to the arm.
Okay, the arm. and up stands a tiefling who's 6'6".
And I'm gonna just from that, because they're both both of their backs are from me, right? They're running towards the window.
Correct.
Okay,
Lady Axe is facing where Thranduin. She wouldn't know where Thranduin is.
Yeah.
So, but it's not her turn anyway. She might be able to see you. She might not. Either way, you don't have allies close enough for sneak attack, unless you have some other way that makes sneak attack applicable to either of them. Bristle's back is turned to you.
But if Bristle's back is turned to me, you don't need advantage on this one to the enemy.
Yes, the arm did just explode.
Rip my arm.
You weren't using it.
I mean, You're right.
Does he get sneak attack?
Sneak attack, unless specified otherwise. He is, I believe, an assassin subclass. Maybe a thief. I don't recall which one. A thief. Okay, I'm not sure if there's some other way that allows him to sneak attack, but for sneak attack to work, an ally must be within 5 feet of the person you're attempting to sneak attack.
Or he has to have advantage on the attack roll, which he does not right now.
Ah, would spending an inspiration point count?
I don't think that counts as advantage. It just
Okay.
looks like a reroll.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, it's a
Yeah,
good
you're
question.
right.
I don't know if 5e specifies that so deeply.
Inspiration counting as advantage.
You know what then? Then I guess what I kind of want to do, if I'm not gonna be able to do that, is
Actually,
I'm
yeah.
Nice. Okay, so you could spend your inspo to make sneak attack equivalent apply. That inspiration point that you've been holding on to this entire season.
right. Because every single time I was gonna use it, somebody was like, "Oh, I can assist with that."
True.
Actually, God, hold on. I need to check. No, you know what? I'll just take the I'll take the shot at Lady Axe.
Okay. You knifing her, or are you shooting with your crossbow?
I guess I could use Whisper if she's within
Okay.
60 feet, right?
You pull out Whisper.
I don't shoot. Whispers. I've got to look at what their hit is because they're not in my thing traditionally.
You want me to pull out the book?
If you don't mind. Because I know how much damage it takes, I just don't know what the hit is. Or what I'm supposed to roll for that. I would have to look it up.
What, you have to roll 2 hit?
Yeah, what do I need to roll?
It'd
to
just
hit
be
and how much
any
damage?
thrown weapon, so it'd be your dex modifier plus your proficiency modifier.
Alright.
Proficiency mod is 4, so whatever you're just add that to your dexterity modifier, and that's your total when you're when you're rolling a d20.
So. Yeah, no, that's just a 10. So the first time that I used Whisper and I it hits a wall.
So you throwing Whisper?
Yeah, I chucked Whisper.
Rolled a hit?
because, I did, and I got.
What'd you get? Oh, it's apologies. A 10. Yeah, it doesn't hit.
Yeah, it just hits the wall, and Whisper's like, "Ow!" All right, well that didn't work. And both of them are E1Ts.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
forgot to mention Lady Axe is a stacked snake person.
Crap. Well, I don't really have many other options to me, so I'm just gonna disengage.
Okay. You back away. Kind of crouching amongst the corpses, which are not big enough to provide. They're giants. So yeah, I can say you can take cover amongst a small circle of giant corpses. All right, Tara, you're up.
All right. How far away is Birdie from me being held by the rock
Birdie
giant?
is roughly 30 feet.
All right. I'm going to run over there. I'm probably going to use like as much movement as I need, and then I'm going to use my mirthful leaps, and I'm going to jump onto the shoulder of the rock giant that's holding her because I'm really, really high, and I'm just going to like Superman pose, lean down, and like put my hand on her, and I'm going to cast 6th level heal because we leveled up.
Tasty.
So you now have 70 hit points, my dear.
Whew, Birdie comes back. The all but I think 5 of the HP of damage. The wounds closing for the most part, and you just, and it's that cessation of pain. There's still that kind of mental sting, but you're whole and you're not actually in pain right now. You've been in this weird, blurry, confused blackness.
With the temp HP I had.
Oh, true. So you're back up to full.
Just full or extra? Just checking.
Well, you're at 70 HP, and then your temp HP is on top of that.
Right. So
70 plus 12 is 82.
Yeah. So you have 82 HP, and some of that is.
That's what I wanted to check.
And some of that is temp. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yay.
Yeah. You.
Yeah.
So we'll get to you in just a second, Tara.
Okay. Technically have movement.
Hail Hydrate.
Can I see anybody that's running away from where I am on the giant?
You cannot. They have not broken into your eye line yet.
All right, then I'm going to hang out here and stay at kind of this higher level, so my eyesight is a little bit more, so I can do some sight spells when people get in range.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right. Thank you. That is Tara. Bristle is going to leap from the high place. Otto, you watch in amazement as he just full on yeets himself. Otto is gone. As he yeets himself off the side, and he's gonna take 2d6 falling damage. Oh, more than that actually. It's sized for giants.
Do I see? Can I see him jump from where I'm at?
Yes, but in just a second.
Yeah, I was just curious so I could plan my next turn.
Listen to d6. Ah. Takes 4d6 falling damage. So you're crouched down, which means you can see the lower area, or you're standing but in a incline, so you can see the lower area. So you watch him land on and kind of crouch down and flop to the side. He takes a significant amount of damage, but he kind of gets up, looks about, and begins bolting for the tree line. Surprisingly agile, he leaps over the first of the 2 of the 3 trenches. The last area being near one of the troughs, one of the land bridges. And so he is not to the tree line yet, but he is very close. And that'll be his turn. He's using the dash action. That's Bristle. Lady Axe, who goes unnamed, is going to, let's see, let me think. Is gonna go for Otto, honestly. Seeing where he went, she's gonna charge forward and bring the axe down on Otto. Let's check his AC. Otto, you're getting bonked. Lady Axe charges forward. Bristle jumped over the edge, by the way. Yeah, you get hit. You get chunked.
What did I do?
Lady Axe.
They hit. So wait, they hit me?
They just did.
Well, then I'm gonna use my reaction.
But first, you need to take this damage.
That's fine. What's the damage?
I'm getting there.
Oh,
You're good. It's sizable.
We were all afraid for Dorky, when really it's Otto.
Nah, Otto can hold it.
You guys disappeared, and then I assumed that the satyr would run up and then just get like shanked a bunch, but that didn't happen. And now we got. It's gonna be great.
All right, so you take 27 points of slashing damage, and you kind of you watch it. She kind of, and the axe comes right down over the large pole axe, comes right down across the carcass of the giant. You take that damage, and she's gonna swing again. Your AC is 13. Oh, buddy.
I gotta wait for both hits.
Oh yeah, sorry. Take your reaction.
My reaction is Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
that's gonna be 24 damage to her.
Ooh. Tasty.
Burn damage. Right? No, wait.
Necrotic, I believe. Infernal?
Fire damage. No,
Fire
it's
damage.
Fire damage.
Infernal isn't a type of damage, Jeff. How much? Sorry?
24.
24, very good. All right, now she's gonna, she gets wreathed in fire, and she's gonna swing again. And it did connect. Um, 35 slashing damage. And to recap for Taylor, Bristle leapt down, took damage from the falling, and dashed across the trenches, leaping over the first two, using the land bridge for the second. Hasn't made it to the tree line, but is attempting to get to the tree line. All right, that's Lady Axe. Brady, you're up.
How far is Bristle?
Bristle is... Hang on, I gotta do the... about 100 feet away.
Okay.
Because you're roughly in the center of the area, which means 40 feet to the side. He jumped over the side, used dash, 60 feet, 100 feet.
Would I have to? No, never mind. I'd never get to him. Who am I closest to? Out of enemies?
Terra. Oh, enemies?
Yeah, enemies.
The Lady Axe is above one floor, but technically very close. There's just very thick stone that a giant can stand upon in the way. And Bristle is 100 feet away. That's your two.
And I can't see above the floor, right? Like it's not. I can't see up. There's no openings or.
There's the
broken
ramp,
pieces.
but that's a ways off.
Okay, so I'm kind of stuck where I am. And all those other assassins are dead?
Yes. I'll do the math later. Talk about how brutal the dragon leaf tree can be.
I guess I'm not seeing it. How far can Misty Step get me?
I want to say 60 feet, but it might be 30.
I want to say 30, but I can double check real quick.
It's not showing me, so I have to pull it up real quick.
If you click on the spell in D&D Beyond, it should give you all the info.
Yeah.
Yeah, all it's telling me is...
At the top, there should be a range.
Let me see. Oh, 30 feet. Okay. Okay. I'm going to Misty Step the 30 feet towards Bristle.
Okay. You dissipate into mist and coalesce 30 feet towards Bristle. You are 10 feet away from the edge of the exit of the dome.
And then that was as a bonus action? Where'd that go?
Yeah.
Misty Step is a
Yeah.
bonus action, yes.
Yeah. So now he is
70 feet away.
70 feet away. And you said now I'm on the edge?
You are 10 feet from the edge.
10 feet from the edge?
But it's just ground. It's just the
Yeah.
threshold of the,
I'm going to walk that 10 feet,
Okay.
get as close as possible, and I would
You're
like
now
to
within 60
cast,
feet.
Hold person.
Okay. Is that a range of 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. What do I have to roll?
Wisdom save of 15.
Okay. That is a 15.
What does that mean?
It means he is not held.
Dang it! I don't think I can do anything. I think that's it. I use
Okay.
my action, my bonus, and my...
Okay, Thranduin, you're up.
All right. How far away is Bristle from me?
That'd be 80 feet and then 60 feet. So 120 feet. Is that right? No, that's not right. 140 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna run as far as I can to
Okay.
get less than 120 feet.
Okay. What's your running speed? Are you using dash?
My running speed is 30.
Okay, so you
I'll
get
get within 120 feet.
yes, that's correct.
Okay.
You get within 100.
Blast time, baby.
What is it?
Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay.
My 3d10, and I leveled up, so I get that good charisma modifier on top of it.
Okay. Prodigy says, "Who needs a spell
Alright.
slot?" Brady, Thranduin.
All right, so that's 2 18s and a 28.
Oof. Those are to hit.
Yeah.
2 18s and all three of those hit.
Heck yeah.
Good lord.
Get him.
And Eldritch Blast.
No, I dropped a die.
Just
Oh no, you're turning into
Beam.
Feffers.
It's an official long shot RPG.
twisting and braiding amongst each other. The arcane magic slams into Bristle's back.
That is going to be 30 force damage.
Total.
Yep.
Boyo is dead.
Boyo is now a specter under my command.
Yeah, so you watch it, you watch as
So like
his
kinda
body
like, his soul like comes back through the trail of the Eldritch Blast that hit him last and like
so
coalesces next to me.
yeah, so you watch as the body gets blown across the tree line, the soul remaining where his body had been, and slowly just braided and contorted through the remaining like lines of after image arcane magic to appear next to you. All right.
Hello.
All right. That was Thranduin's turn. I believe he's done.
That is it. Yes.
All of the assassins are dead. That is the end of the round. Let's talk, Fizbin. Let's have a little chat, you and me. And then we'll get back to the
Okay.
combat. Otto, you're on deck for when we get back to combat, so be chewing on what you want to do. There is a
Sure.
giant armored woman before you, and she has a giant battle axe and does damage with it. All right.
Slither on me, mommy.
What do you...
This isn't Lady D.
Did I say that out loud? Oh, sorry.
Hang on, I gotta focus again. All right. What do you do, Fizbin? You seem alone, but
Does this look similar to any other times in the past that he has spoken with?
it
the
does.
Stormfather?
There have been many documented accounts, much like this. You have had visions before, but you've never been in like a lucid. You've had visions that have played before you before. You've had dreams. You've even spoke with the Stormfather before, but this is the first time you've been in control of yourself. Like it's like you're in a dream, but you're fully lucid. You hear distant rumblings, and the lightning swirls about on the inside.
Well, it's about time I've gotten one of these kinds of visions. Only took 70 years. All right, great Stormfather. Where are you?
Some of the clouds part, churning in on themselves as this great being, gray, almost opaque lightning coursing underneath the skin. Where he steps, the water actually does ripple, and you can see lightning coursing up from the blackened depths to touch the bottom of his feet on the right where the water meets, and he.
You have hearkened. I am the storm that breaks the mountain. I am that which you herald. And you speak to me so informally.
The voice alone, like, pressurizes him to be on his knees.
He slaps his belly in good humor, and in his long strides, he is beyond gargantuan. But as he, it seems far too quickly, he is before you, and he is medium-sized. And you can, in looking into his eyes as the lightning kind of spills out and crackles as he speaks, you can see nothing but light coming out of his mouth. Human-esque blue eyes, though, just seems so ordinary compared to everything else. He is enshrouded with a silky cloud-like substance, and suddenly he is before you, and he is smiling.
He's definitely humanoid, but like, is he more human or
No, he's a
different
god.
race?
He is a god. He is Tempestatum Adventum. Let me get the thing.
All right then. Tempestatum Perfumium. Got it.
Had to consult
Guys,
my
there's so
giant
much
wall of
happening.
notes. This is Strife. This is Sunare. This is the Stormfather. You may serve him if you are any alignment that is chaotic or lawful. If you are neutral, you may not serve him in any way.
Chaotic good. Woo!
He is that which breaks the mountain. He is extreme. He is the extremes. He is chaotic. He is lawful. He is good and evil. There is no neutral. There is no stagnation in him. This is Tempestas.
Bisbin will drop to his knees under this pressure. Like, it doesn't even have to be actively applying pressure to him. It's really just like the force of will of being in front of him forces him to get to his knees. I'm sorry, great lord. I'm just getting old in my age, and I thought maybe you would be, I don't know. I thought I'd be able to maybe handle this.
Not many have I deemed worthy of having a conversation with, and many who are younger, they do not have enough experience. Their minds are not expanded enough. But you, I believe, are worthy and ready. Stand.
Stands.
You are connected. You have woven your purpose and your identity to something much greater than even I had intended to use you with, to use you for. You are in deep waters, my child.
Looking into his eyes, you can see infinity, but you see it almost two-dimensionally, and that bothers you. Not him, the infinity. it's like you're only able to see it linearly. And that and just that makes you realize the scope of what it means to be outside of time. And make a religion check.
That would be a 10.
Okay. You realize that the Stormfather is linear. Do you want me to unpack that, or do you understand?
Unpack it for the audience, whether or not I understand it.
Okay.
I get it. Just I'm afraid the audience won't.
Yeah.
You reside within the pain. The pain being the physical realm. As does the Stormfather. This is a god. This is one of the 12 aspects of all things. And you, being so enlightened and learned and advanced in his world, in his religion, know that there is even a 13th known as hunger. But you will not speak his name here because you value your life. And hunger, long ago, made the Stormfather Tempestas very angry. There was a time when the Stormfather had to make an effort to become one of the predominant religions in the land because of hunger. It was a reaction, but it involved inquisitions and it involved holy wars. But that's a story for another time. Needless to say, the Stormfather is trapped within the present, just like you. He is forced to have one thought after another, and this is not how he was made to be. He is within linearity.
Lord Stormfather, we were born to be successful in deep waters, so you taught us that, being the Lord of the Storm.
Yes. This island. Go on.
I sense something is wrong, not just here on the island, but in your mind, perhaps.
What do you see in my mind, Fizbin?
I cannot understand the great knowings of a god.
Make an insight check. Make an insight check.
Oh no. Dice, why do you fail me? Well, I mean, my insight is a +9, so with that, it'd be a 12.
Okay. You catch the glimmer, the glint of humor in his eye, even though he rumbles in like a how dare a mortal presume to think they can understand what goes on in my mind. But you are also one of his favored. You are quite literally in the eye of the storm. And so he jests, but he also seems genuinely curious in what you presume to see within his mind.
Still in the presence of a god, so still struggling through here. Sometimes gods can be fickle with their happiness. Okay.
He is the god of extremes.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. What is it?
You see something wrong within his mind, not just the island.
And maybe not wrong per se. Just the vision here is not quite what you are known to have. It is almost as if
Fizbin. I hate groveling. Speak plainly, my child.
He adopts a fatherly, kind smile.
Mm-hmm. Which eases him a bit.
Okay. You do feel like a soothing presence, like your soul, like you've been at work all day in the field and you come in and the AC hits you, which doesn't exist in a fantasy realm, but your soul is cooled.
Well, except in Theros's
True.
cave.
True. Look at you. Thank you. Look at that. Your soul feels a cooling presence as he tries to goad you into just a conversation with him, which is blowing your mind first and foremost. Never in any scripture has there ever been a candid, friendly conversation with the Stormfather.
It's almost as if you are seeing the world and the universe through a mortal's eyes, as if you were looking at it through simply my eyes. You cannot see the great beyond, the past, the future, all the things that make the universe what they are.
The great beyond. The great beyond. Yes. We have much to discuss, but I will tell you a thing. A secret thing. A thing I have not revealed in an aeon.
Could I ask one thing if you're going to tell me this secret?
He cuts you off and keeps rambling.
This pain, this linear, mortal, fragile existence that you call the physical realm. I am not native to it. I was sent here before I was trapped in linearity. We did not know that when we entered the pain, that we would no longer be able to have...
He grasps for words.
What you would call all of your thoughts, always. This, Fizbin, is the true power of gods. We can have all of our thoughts at once because we were not trapped within linearity.
This ground starts to rumble a bit and the clouds start to shrink inwards, and then he seems to calm himself.
It has been a taxing expanse of time. What were you going to say?
I really don't even remember anymore.
And for the record, you may write of this experience.
Oh, that's good reminder. So I'm not going to end up like the other one that spoke to you a while back?
No, he was merely a believer. He did not reside within the eye of the storm.
Oh, good. Okay.
I would not do such a thing to you.
What did you tell him?
I have to remember what I told him. I'll chew on that, and we'll get back to the combat real quick.
Okay.
Bringing the music back in, baby. All right, Otto, you know what you're doing? There is a naked lady before you with plate armor and a very brutal axe.
Yeah. That being said, I might have some stuff that I want to do here.
Do the things.
We'll see if you allow me to do them. So I don't want So I don't want to make an attack, but I do want to use my bonus action of fast hands on them.
Fast hands?
Yes.
Read
So I
it to
have
me.
fast hands. You can use this bonus action granted by your cunning action for a sleight of hand check. Use thieves' tools to disarm traps, etc., etc. But I do want to use my sleight of hand
So,
on them.
okay, it's going to be a very difficult roll because you're trying to essentially pickpocket an individual
Oh
who is
no,
looking
I'm not
right
gonna
at you.
pickpocket them.
Then you might not be able. It might not be applicable. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to place something on them.
Oh, what is it?
I want to slip a magic bolt into the back of their plate armor.
That probably won't work like you think it's going to.
It depends on if I do this correctly.
If you're trying to Ant-Man explode Thanos, it's not gonna happen.
Why?
I'm just letting you know. I don't have to explain why it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Not even with my inspiration that I've never used before.
I
because I've
allowed
been a
you
good boy?
to explode an arm comedically. I shouldn't have done that. I should have thought about
Typically,
how.
When teleporting to a space that's already occupied, it'll just push you to the unoccupied space.
Yeah, you get shunted.
So Otto,
and
I
you take damage.
Pillowsuit,
So
I
you
apologize. That's on me. But you may not explode a man. Explode this E1T woman. Generally, when teleportation
still does what I want it to do.
Okay.
I can still do this.
What are you trying to do?
I still want to place it into the back of their.
Yes, you can do that. You can do that.
Okay.
Roll that sleight of hand.
I will. That's gonna be a 16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not a D20.
Now let me ask this: if they're targeting me, does that count as them targeting someone? And if I teleport, does that mean that they are no longer targeting?
That
trying
is
to get a
something
sneak
they would
attack?
do. On,
Yeah, I'm trying to get
that
a
is
sneak
something
attack
they
by
would do on
basically,
their
like-
turn.
Specifically has to be they have to be targeting another ally.
I know.
In
I'm
order to
just
get
trying to
sneak
figure
attack.
out like if it's like
I like where your head's at.
pretty
though.
much immediate.
Right. No, but
Um,
rules is written like your
Okay.
own body can never count as like the like that.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Also, you do not succeed in slipping the bolt to her.
Wait.
You try, and you realize if you had waited any longer, it would have been bad, and you dart backwards. You still have your action and your movement speed, but she is in with a swinging distance of you if you try to bolt. Although you have, roguish abilities like disengage. Although that's a bonus action, which you no longer have access to. So for the chat, a rogue. It's very dangerous for a rogue to be in a 1v1 scenario. Hopefully he will have help soon, but for now, danger. Tara, you're on deck. And then it's her turn, Lady Axe.
That being said,
Nutmeg! Actual nutmeg. I named an antagonist after her cat.
So mean.
An antagonist that she hates.
I'm gonna mess with this person then. So with my action, can I use something in my inventory?
Yeah, like a potion or something like that.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I'm
What you
gonna
got?
drink my potion of gaseous form.
Okay, you put it down. Do you have it written down?
When you drink this potion, you gain the effect of gaseous form spell for 1 hour, no concentration needed, or until the effects, or until you end the effects as a bonus action.
Okay, you watch and you have the satisfying moment of her bewildered face through the plate armor, as you just dissipate. I assume that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. It should be known that you cannot take actions or anything like that while in gaseous form. I'm not even 100% sure you can move or see. Aside to apparate somewhere else, appear somewhere else.
Potion contain, or let me see.
We'll get to that while you get into that.
Yeah, you go ahead. And
Tara, you're up.
Sure. Can I run and get to Thranduin?
Yes.
Can I reach him?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast 4th level Cure Wounds.
Let's go.
And that will be 20 healing, I think. That's what Critical rolled.
Hail Hydrate.
Rolled for me.
For the Stormfather. That which breaks the mountainside.
No, it just says healing 20. Roll the dice. 23. There we go. I don't understand which button to click for it.
All right, you get 23 HP, Thranduin.
Thank you.
You are welcome. That is my movement, my action, and I don't have a bonus action. If that was all my movement. If it was not all my movement, I will continue running to however close I can get to Snake Lady.
So the question is, do you want to do the same thing that I told Otto? Do you want to do that acrobatics or athletics up the wall, or do you want to use all your movement speed to go around and up the ramp?
I already used my movement a good amount to get to Thranduin, right?
Yeah,
He
but
wasn't
I'll
right
allow
next to
you
me.
another couple of feet if you want to. Oh, I see. You've already done it. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so you went around, you're out of movement speed. Sorry.
I might only have like 10 feet, if that, to continue movement.
My apologies.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. That's
Done. Easy, quick, short.
All right. So the E1T woman, she's going to look about in a bit of a panic. Let's see. What she got in the pocket? Okay. She positions herself to stand directly in the center of the second floor. And she's going to pull out a piece of blue metal. Lay it down on the ground. Whisper a prayer to Gent. And bring it up. And bring the axe down on the blue metal. And everyone reels as a detonation goes off.
How far is she from me?
She is directly, she's not directly above you because the hole into the lava tubes is directly under her.
Yeah, but how far is she from me?
Roughly, assuming the stone is in the way, or are you doing a reaction to the explosion? Because you'll need a dex save in a second. But, sorry, I gotta think through a wall.
It just says within 30 feet. That's all it says.
Okay. Assuming you succeed your dex save, she would be... Does reaction pop before or after she falls down the giant lava tube hole?
It's whenever they die.
Oh.
I'm looking at Mantle of
We'll get to
Whispers.
that. She might not die.
Okay.
She might die. She's taken a good... she's taken some damage, but she is trying to basically... all right, everyone,
Fingers
aside
crossed
from
she dies.
Fizbin, needs a dexterity saving throw. As the concussive blast sends splinters and chunks of rock go flying off in every direction. Your dex saving to see if you get pelted by shards of stone.
Wow,
Like
Dex is my
19.
lowest save. But I got a nat 20, so we good.
I'm glad that I read the gaseous form too, because it gives me saving
Yeah.
throw advantages.
You feel the splintery bits. You don't have to roll. You're not going to take damage as a gaseous form, are you?
It says that as a gaseous form, I take, or I'm resistant to non-magical damage.
Okay, then you're still going to need that dex save.
Yeah, and I have advantages on those.
Nice.
So I
Dorky got a
19.
16. Very good. Tara?
21. I put it
21?
in the chat.
Okay. Otto? Oh, thank you.
19.
19. Okay. Poor Brady. Brady, you're gonna take some. Don't look at me like that. I didn't have this plan.
It's just over here like, oh, come on!
You take 3 shrapnel damage, piercing,
Okay.
and she is going to fall. She's gonna be lit up, but she's going to fall down the hole.
But did she die when she was lit up?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna heckin' find out.
And
Brady's
got 3
not
damage.
dead. She's up and she's alive and kicking. All right, it's 5 plus 8, 13 damage from the blast, and then falling 20 feet to the first level. 60 more feet. Falling down. That's 80 feet, so 8d6 falling damage.
So she didn't die in the air?
Not from
Or
the blast.
By the blast?
Not by the
Okay.
blast.
Then I can't do my thing. Sad.
I say 80 feet of falling damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Big brain time, Jeff. Big brain. Use the big brain. 7. 5. By big brain, I mean basic math. 5. Okay. 13. 12. 25. She lives. Holy crap.
She lives.
Wow. Wow. She lives.
But how's she looking?
You don't know. You can't see her.
It's worth a shot.
She down into the lava tubes where you lose sight of her. It's not even the end of her turn, but you don't see what she does. Brady, your turn.
How far am I from the hole?
15 feet,
How far down is the hole?
60 feet, 60 feet. Did I say 60 or 40 earlier? I said 20 and then 60. All right, 60 feet.
So my dark vision can see her.
You have dark vision up to how many feet?
60 feet.
Okay. Then make a perception check or an investigation check. I'm sorry, perception, because it's based on sight. My apologies. As you
17.
look down into the hole where there is dust and rubble. 17? Okay. You do see her. She has moved to the very lip at your feet. You're looking straight down, and she is running, bloodied, but she's literally just hauling towards down the lava tube to get away.
I would like to. I cast hold person.
Okay. She's gonna make a
again.
wisdom save. She has a wisdom of +1. Oh, that's a 3. Okay. You have hold person. She locks up, and you hear her go.
I got her! I got her!
And that's the end of combat. Chat, we're gonna go to a break. I really have to pee. And then we're gonna pick up with
Is it really
Crichton
the end
Fisbin.
of combat? Because I still have my turn to jump down the hole and beat her.
And we will get to that after the break. Chat will be right back. Don't go anywhere. What a fun night. Auto crits. How have I never thought of that? That's hilarious. Because he's a rogue and he's got sneak attack. All right. I'm turning the music down a smidge. So, picking up with Fisbin.
Oh, my attack.
Hey.
Huh?
Combat is not over.
All right.
remember?
Finish your combat, then we'll get to Fizbin.
How
Going
far
back
away
to
is
the
the hole?
combat music.
Well, you
the
were next
combat
to me,
music
yeah.
back on, you bum. Yeah. So 60 feet down. The E1T had used ladders and pulleys, but those are no longer there. The pulleys are, so there's some ropes, but the ladders were used for other things.
Can I like make a dex check to get on the ropes?
Yes, you can make a dex check, and don't do poorly or you will fall 60 feet.
I can probably take it, right?
Probably.
No.
You're level,
we're in
what,
combat.
10, 11?
That was a 15 sound.
Pretty good. You miss the first one and catch the second one, and just Bane style, just.
No, I don't because I
Oh.
only got one arm, so I'm
Oh my God, you're right. You're just like.
I'm utilizing my feet.
Yeah. You're like biting it.
Do that like military like
No.
wrap around that they do with their feet. and the
You
rope
have
or
a
whatever,
moment.
you know?
You have a moment as you're climbing down. You're like, man, I'm in shock. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But you do land on your feet.
Go to like grab with my other hand and let go and be like, oh wait, no, that doesn't work. Okay, here we go.
Brittany's
Exact-
just staring at him as he goes down.
You
like-
are also holding concentration, Brady, because you have the hold person going. So uneven terrain, which means rough terrain. But you kind of don't sprain an ankle, and you kind of approach the now sweating, wide-eyed E1T brute that is this warrioress. I don't know. Say it again. I only caught the back end of it. Payback time.
And I will swing at advantage.
Okay.
What's your alignment?
It's a great
Just
question.
curious.
Changing every day.
You know, it strays farther from neutral every day. Might be leaning more towards chaotic. But look, she took my hand. You know, I deserve this.
Took your whole arm.
And so does she.
You have a little bit
Eye
of
for an
nub.
eye.
You have a little bit of nub after your shoulder.
And she gave you a dirty look. I
Right?
mean,
True.
that
It's her
alone.
deal.
And a
True.
life for a hand.
And I'm just saying, if he does unalive her, I want her shadow.
Okay.
22 to hit.
22 hits. Cthulhu. Posture check, everybody. Posture check. Ugh. You're like, I'm already there, Jeff.
Wait, Eldritch Blast wouldn't crit even if I'm close to it, right?
You can't crit on. You can crit on a ranged spell attack, can't you?
Would that work?
Can you? I don't think you can. I don't think you can crit on a magic.
Well, it's a rolled spell. It's not a save spell. It's an attack
I
roll.
think-
Yeah, it's a
You can't
ranged
cast that.
spell
Close
attack,
approach.
but I don't think you can crit. No,
I'm gonna look it up.
I am like
I mean-
99% sure you cannot.
Rules as written, if it's an attack, you can crit. So I don't know. Let's find out.
Could be wrong.
Yes, you can crit with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, I was wrong. I can admit that. Yeah, so you can Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Give it to him. Fudge, thank you, Fudge. I should really give Fudge mod status if he wants it.
All right, so 26.
I don't
for
care
the-
if he wants it. Just give it to him.
26 for the second hit, and 21 for the third.
26 and 21, those hit, yeah.
And since I am 5 feet away, they are all crits.
Good lord.
I will remember you.
Unless he rolls really low.
Gosh, that would suck, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Because she gets to roll to break out of it.
Remember me.
when it comes back to her turn?
Mm-hmm. I believe so, yeah.
Is it at the is it at the end of mine?
It's at the end of her turn. You're just sitting there holding concentration. Vader gripping her. Fudge, you want that mod status? Speak up.
That's gonna be 60 force damage to the face.
How would you like to do this?
I want to blow her head off.
Walk me through it.
I'm just gonna after I whisper payback, I'm just gonna reach and grab her forehead, and then it's just gonna be 60 damage, and it's gonna be just like.
Yeah, just you watch the Brady, you watch the viscera just spew across, like full on across the rubble, and with a certain morbid fascination, you realize you're hold personing a corpse, and the blood is like almost oily looking, like almost too black red.
And I get her shadow.
Yeah. Yeah, you.
She's like, wow, this horrible thing. Shadow, no, shadow.
Like, oh, that's unfortunate. All right, now combat's
no, wait,
over.
Stop, don't.
No, that's not unfortunate. She deserves it.
No, Fudge says no. That's okay. That's why I ask. He might not want the mod status. Oh no, mods get to come hang out in the Zoom call. You can bother your brother.
Just realized this is the Path of Exile background noise.
It is not.
What?
It is the Wild Hunt Path of Velen in Witcher 3. Witcher great.
Did Path of Exile just adopt that then?
I don't know. Path of Exile, is that Conan?
No, like Path of Exile the game.
Nope.
It's like
Probably
a Diablo
not.
2 remake.
They probably can't. This is just we've just been using straight Witcher 3 Velen music, the Swamplands, which I hate, but it's the best music for what I need. I hate Velen. I hate Velen in Witcher 3. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked.
Yeah.
I was about to
Sorry
say,
to
how do we
sidetrack.
get on this?
Yeah. All right. So dead human, shadow acquired. Let's head our silly selves over to the little pocket dimension that Fizbin is residing in.
Hello.
So the question was, what did you say to him? He kind of leans back and looks off and goes,
I learned through you and that rat Theros. Bring the news to my people that Gent exists. I care not for harmony, but Gent cannot be allowed to escape. If he dies, he dies, but he knows too much for his own good. He has expanded his mind in ways I did not know a mortal could. Unacceptable. An affront to my divine essence. And I told the little man as such. I'm afraid such a direct contact broke him, but I kept him from leaving the pain long enough for you to heal him. My words broke his mind, unfortunately. He is not you. He is young. And he is not in the eye of the storm.
Yes, that's true. He'll be little more help than, I don't know, a lantern bearer in one of the churches. But it's good that he's still alive.
It's unfortunate, but we did what we could. I could restore him.
He kind of looks off.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, he kind of, he doesn't shrug, but he just looks like he just doesn't care.
Neither does Fizbin. I mean,
He is both evil and good. He is lawful and chaotic. The only thing he's not is neutral. Does that make
I
him
need more
fallible?
lantern bearers
Sure.
anyway, it's fine.
If he's capable of evil, he's capable of being wrong, which makes him fallible.
Fair enough. I needed more lantern bearers anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the god of extremes, this god of strife. And his words, to recap, were to warn you of Gent and you stepping foot on the island. By the way, investiture works. And what he was able to glean from what Theros told House Thorn, who live in his land, the land in the ever-present storm of Whistling. You know, a lot. He sees a lot in Whistling. He learned of Gent for the first time and was mad. And so he attempted to pass a message on to you in that way. Yes.
So, my lord, in regards to...
Make a wisdom saving throw. You suddenly feel a warping. Your mind, being in the presence of divinity, is expanding. And let's see if your body rejects that.
25.
25. Okay, you get a +1 to wisdom.
Huh!
A permanent +1 to wisdom.
Okay. Does that go beyond the maximum? Because I'm at
Yes.
maximum.
Yes, you have a
Okay.
21 of wisdom now.
All right.
We do not have much time, I'm afraid.
But you have enough time to get your questions out. But I would not suggest continuing. I would not suggest spending too much time. But you know, that's time doesn't mean anything in D&D. It does, but it doesn't.
Fair enough.
How long have we been in this campaign?
That's a great question. I'd have to go to the books. I'd have to go to my wall.
My lord, in regards to Gent, I am currently, as you know, working to convert his prophet. Is there something I could be doing to hasten that process?
Speak to me of his prophet.
Yes, a drow. He wishes to move away from this Gent that has forced him into a contract.
That's the kind of spiteful thing I would enjoy. But I know not this prophet. Tell me of him and be quick about it. I sense Gent's presence gathering. There has been many souls leaving pain, and he has learned how to harness this. He, not I, is harnessing non-linearity in a fence. And if I may steal his profit, that's...
Do you know how he's doing it?
death. Much
Can-
death.
Can you do that?
I would not break the pain. We are in the pain. Gent does not fully understand what he is doing to the physical realm. If I were to die, the pain would shatter completely. Such a being leaving the pain. And if enough of you mortals die at once, a hole is ripped. And he has the audacity to gaze into the infinite, expanding his mind. I am trapped in linearity. And
That's why he murdered all of his worshippers, the dwarves, so many years ago.
this makes sense. Your predecessors.
And he's trying to do it again.
This is why he must either die or be stopped. I'll take either. But tell me of this prophet.
You may have seen some of his smaller prayers recently. I've been giving him some tutelage for the past few weeks.
Is this true, Thranduin? Have you been praying to the Stormfather?
Oh,
Okay. He like, as you
stuff.
speak, you see him like look off into the distance and kind of nod in agreement with, yes, that is true. And you see him, oh, you can almost see in his eyes as he begins sifting through that prayer, gaining access to, you can almost see Thranduin now, but continue talking.
He is from a world without magic or faith at all, so it is still very brand new to him, and he's very, very lost, but he has a very good teacher, if I may say so.
You have done well.
He looks up and goes,
You need to go to him at once. Gent stirs. He stretches like a cat, basking in non-linearity. He will take hold of the prophet. Answer me this. Do you, Fizbin, sponsor? Do you speak for Thranduin? If I find him lacking, I will snuff him. And it would reflect poorly upon you. Is he worth my plans? Would he serve me?
Great Stormfather, ever since coming here, there has been talk of one individual that almost everyone knows the name of. There are others, but one leads the armies and the people, and it is Thranduin. He is not always the brightest, but his courage is completely unmatched, and I would not have picked him to teach him the ways, well, your ways, if I did not know or did not believe that he was also worthy. I'm getting old in my age. I can't take random apprentices, so I'm very selective. So yes, Stormfather, I, Fizbin Ramsey, do sponsor Thranduin.
What an old name. Make that name proud.
He turns to step away and then seems to hesitate.
Ah, your daughter says hello.
And then you plunge into the water right as the clouds clap together in a thunder, and you come to your senses, and you are in storm form. Your belt has awoken.
Oh, it's awoken. Oh no.
It has taken that next step. No. Your belt has multiple levels.
Yes.
And it has taken the next step in divergence, I believe it's called. I'd have to pull out the book, but you have unlocked the next step. You find yourself wreathed in lightning. As the lightning, to anyone else's eyes, the lightning finishes. It explodes from him. The lightning that had come down and smote him.
Where am I exactly?
You are in the
On the
woods
plain.
where you started the
The
session.
woods.
All the
Excellent.
fires have died.
Then I will make my lightning way to the encampment.
Okay. You watch. Do you? I can't remember. Does lightning passively strike the ground?
No, I have to actively attack with
Okay.
it.
Terra, Otto, Birdie's looking down. Terra and Otto hear the crackle, and you look over in this medium-sized humanoid, wreathed in flame. Wreathed in lightning, just statically pouring out of him, kind of grabbing onto the ground around him and disappearing and kind of scorching the earth. Is quickly moving towards the dome.
You're okay.
Okay, Terra
Yay!
assumes it's Fizbin. The giants, who have recently worked themselves up to a fight, are looking at him like, don't know what that is, gonna crush it.
No, don't crush it.
Thranduin, you begin feeling this pull in the back of your mind, your vision beginning to tunnel, and you hear this chuckle in the back of your mind. And you assume that Gent is pulling you into one of those visions. You feel dizzy. Huh?
I said, oh boy.
Yep. Before we get to that, Brady, Otto, and Terra, what are you guys up to?
Staring down in the hole.
You look down the hole and you can see him kind of suddenly unbalanced.
Thranduin? Tara, we gotta get him out of there.
What? Oh, okay.
That's no strength.
Gotcha. Copy that. I will. He's 60 feet down. My vine things only go 30. I'll transform into a giant eagle with my wild shape. I will go down and I will pick up Thranduin, bring him back up.
Your vision
I'll
begins
set him
fading, Thranduin.
down by Brady.
Okay.
Is he still?
He's still there. He's looking around a bit. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing, Thranduin?
I imagine I'm like looking around, but not really seeing.
Yeah, your
as,
strength
my
is
vision
leaving
kind
you.
of starts turning into like the bar that Jen usually pulls me to.
And not to mention the shock and the adrenaline is wearing off, and the blood is pouring from your arm.
I cure wounds. The arm.
Does his arm grow
I
back?
should've-
No, it doesn't go
No,
back,
but it
like,
should-
would've-
it should stop
Okay,
the
okay.
bleeding.
My
Would've
apologies.
stopped
My
the
apologies.
bleeding.
It would have made a nice little stem.
Okay.
But before that, I did lose quite a bit of blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're
amazing if it did though. It's like
Yeah.
Running around.
lizard person.
Brady kind of is kneeling next to you, kind of with a concerned look.
Yeah,
as the
she's
eagle-
gonna like start
Go ahead.
gently
Sorry.
tapping his face. like,
Okay, Tara, you were talking.
no.
Sorry.
You're good. If you have him handled here, because I know you got a little bit of healing here and there. I'm going to, still in eagle form, I'm gonna fly over to like where Fizbin is coming back, and I'm just gonna kind of, you know how policemen slow down the highway?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that in front of the giants.
Okay.
To try and get them to be like, no, it's fine, don't attack him.
Okay.
Type of thing.
All right. And Otto, what are you up to?
I'm still in gaseous form.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm just kind of like
just chilling upstairs.
Floating, just kind of like, well, this is cool.
This is nice. Everything's fine.
Everything's good. I'm having a good time over here.
You notice, not Bristle, but one of the leaders of the battalions, each individual captain kind of stiffens, and you see him pick up a sending stone, and he begins talking furtively, and then he gets wide-eyed. You know him to be one of Dragon's End's UNTs, and starts looking around, and he's not sure of the chain of command right now because of Bristle's demise. Not to mention, goodness, Lady Pelion is there as well, the vanguard of the hunt. Let's say she's just returning with heckin' Adablix, the elder, from the woods. Fizbin, Otto, and Terra, you all note this. A detingent of the vanguard of the hunt is returning, and bound but not hogtied, a very elderly native is being escorted with a large force, Crichton along with, returning from his guerrilla warfare bloody deeds. And before we get to Thranduin, you're not there yet. You can do something feebly.
All right. I'm gonna look and speak to the specter.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna answer any question they have. As I just like
clever. Clever.
Any questions? Plural questions.
I did catch that, but good catch. All right, you find yourself. Okay, we're doing this. We're doing this. All right. A human stands behind the bar, much the bar reminiscent to episode 1 of last season, when you died. Yeah. With all the death, Gent has been able to reach out. He looks pleased. Again, you see a really nice piano off in one corner. Fine polished wood floors. The bar, which you now realize is made of the white birch of the sacred trees of the forests. The bar is made of that, almost in offense to Harmony. And he sits there looking at you, smug as can be, handlebar mustache, kind of a bluish gray vest, button-down shirt, cuffed up to the elbows, and he is pouring a drink. Salt and pepper gray hair, kind of on the top, kind of slicked back, shaved sides, long pointed chin, elderly man. And he's pouring a drink, and he looks at you. Well, you have done quite well. Come, sit.
Thranduin is just confused because, like, he kind of assumed that Gent would already know and was expecting worse right off the bat. But he'll come closer.
Then you have to play your cards. He seems to not know. He pours you a drink, slides it to you. You have captured one of the elders. Well done. Be sure he dies.
Oh, he will. After we extract information from him. Learn the weaknesses of the other. They're not monuments. What are they called?
Obelisks.
Yeah.
Monoliths.
The monoliths. Yeah.
I have been quite busy since we have last spoken, and you no longer need to worry about the monoliths. You must now focus on the elders.
What's
Kill
changed?
all in your path. What changed? You do not get to ask me such questions. My plans far exceed you, mortal. Soon everything will change. And he takes a drink. Drink. You want to live, don't you? You want to escape this island?
I don't know. This island's starting to feel a little like home. Casually take a sip.
Okay. It is delicious. Slightly metallic aftertaste, though, and that kind of...
Yeah, gross.
Yeah. This...
Like blue metal.
This island will not be here for much longer. And then he kind of, in a kind of a face that says, he hadn't meant to say that, but he's so smug that he had to just flex, make you feel inferior. This island. Yeah, so what he said was, this island will not be here much longer.
Your power must be great indeed if you intend to annihilate the entire island.
And I have been stronger still before. And once I am free, I will be even greater.
Greater even than the Stormfather?
I care not for the 12 aspects of all things. There are only so many of them left. Many of them died in your homeland.
This is the first time he's heard of the aspects, I imagine.
There's been little tiny things here and there, and so there's been I think I can think of, I would say maybe 4 different occasions. Bell the Liar has spoken of the 12 aspects of all things.
Would his teachings that Fizbin taught him, would that give him any insight as well to the spirits or to the
Say
aspects?
again, sorry, I didn't hear it.
Would the teachings of Fizbin give any hints to the aspects as well?
Only one of them, that being the Stormfather.
Right, but just in general, like the idea of the aspects, would that be?
Not really. That's really big picture stuff, and the Stormfather's doctrine can. So I guess in that he is the aspect of strive. All things strive. Therefore, the Stormfather.
His teachings would not have like really given him any insight to that at this point.
Yeah, not in such a literal sense.
Okay. Just trying to help, man.
You're good. You're good. There's levels of doctrine that they have access
layers,
to.
yeah.
And
the
being
Stormfather is like an ogre, okay? It has layers.
It has onions. Your party has changed.
It has.
Kraiten. Bridi. Otto. Dayton. Do you worry for the others' survival? Because they were not part of our deal. He seems distracted. Terra. At this moment, Terra, you feel like a chill. Bless you. Did I do that?
No,
you feel like
that was me doing that as a joke.
Oh.
Chill in the nose.
That was believable acting.
What's going on?
Yeah, you feel like someone's rolling over your grave. You feel like there's a skin crawling sensation.
Harmony.
You are a druid of this land and are in tune to the investiture. The deific magic that allows for the bard to exist, allows the Church of the Path to bring bloodline sorcerers to this land and turn them into actual sorcerers. That is investiture. This land is invested. The land of the Endeavor is not so invested because the gods there are dead. You are in tune with the investiture, and when one of the godlings of this land speaks your name, you feel it. Your subconscious notes it and gives you little signals. Your sleeping mind, as it were. Gent seems distracted.
And what if the UNT? They serve you faithfully. What will become of them?
I have plans for the UNT. The snake folk.
Red metal, perhaps?
He goes from this like coy thing to like a watch your tongue.
Oh, come on, Gent. We've been together long enough now.
You do not know of what you speak.
I don't? So I don't know that you murdered the entire population of dwarves just to crack the pain? Turn them all into blue metal? I don't know that?
He kind of stands up. I will not allow your insolence again. And he goes to burn you through the tattoo. Just a reminder, and it doesn't work.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
You look distraught.
You play games with me.
Oh, we all play games, Gent. That's what this is.
You are my warlock. You do not play games with your patron. I warn you. And the the boards on the floor begin curling inwards. You are not in the physical. I have power like you cannot imagine. And you are
Not for
here.
long.
Oh. And he steps through the bar, and it just splinters apart, and he pulls you close and goes, "Go on. Speak."
I reject you. I will no longer be your slave. And when I'm through, you will never escape your tiny prison.
He
Here
lifts
on this island, you will rot.
He lifts you up into the air. You no longer have the sense that you're able to breathe. You feel like your skin is beginning to peel. And he goes, "I no longer need you anyway." And he reaches up. You're like a toothpick in his hand. He reaches up, and then you hear a clap of thunder, and he is gone. The room returns to a bar. You kind of land on the floor. You look at your skin. You note you have two hands in this dream world. And you kind of look up.
Oh, had I known that, I would have been like, what? No tattoo.
You just now notice it.
Oh, okay.
As you put your hand down to pick yourself up, you're like, "Oh, okay." And you look up, and the back of the bar, you watch a hand, fingers close through it and rip it out. And there before you stands a being wreathed in lightning, multiple halos across its forehead, and a hand. The hand steps. The hand is extended to the edge of this tiny little room. Beyond, you see walls, storm walls, passing, millions of them. And you look, and you can see on each side of the shoulders of this being, infinity spreads. Do you step out of the prison that Gent has put you in?
He's gonna like move to almost like tiptoe onto it, and then just is like, screw it, and just jumps.
Okay, you jump and
into the palm,
and it catches you. Lightning, in slow motion almost, begins sliding up your legs, across your chest, kind of wreathing you. Ever since you have had this warlock ability, you haven't noticed it. It's been subconscious, but a weight on your soul, an imprint upon you from Gent, a mark almost, is lifted. It's seared off, and it hurts for a second, but then it's gone. And you feel lighter than you have in all the time you've spent on this island.
just like breathes deep for the first time.
The Stormfather cannot speak to you because you are not of the eye of the storm. But you know what to do.
I'll just like kneel down in the palm and just start to pray the way Fizbin taught him.
Okay.
Offering everything.
Okay, so would you say you pledge
yeah, like he offers himself and everything he has.
What
to
do you
just-
say? What do you say?
I don't know.
I'm not saying you have to pray. I'm saying, what do you say to pledge an oath, if you will?
I don't do that till level 3.
Otto is still just a gas cloud right now, and it makes me so happy.
It's just
Like, if this was a movie, I like to think that it cuts back to him just like, this is
Just a
tight.
he's just
This
a
is
happy
tight.
heart.
All this amazing stuff going on, and then he's just like, this is so cool.
I'll just chill in there. Just.
Do you want
Doing
some time
my
to
thing.
think? We can jump over to some other people.
I'll just say something like, first, a thank you, because he knows what he did. I pledge myself to your service. And vow to rid these lands of these false demigods. In your name.
You watch him bring his hand back. If thunder could be physical, you see this vibrating sound, and he takes a hold of you, and he slowly brings this vibrating sound, this physical sound, and he slowly holds it to you, and you feel your atoms vibrating, your cells bouncing off of each other, and your warlock levels become paladin.
Can we?
Was it warlock?
Can we not do that? Because that ruins my entire build.
What was it? You had, sorry,
my fighter levels.
your fighter levels. My
I
apologies.
was like, no.
Retconning.
No.
Retconning. My apologies.
I thought you were imitating the sound of your
I
atoms.
I knew immediately that there was a hiccup. You feel your fighter levels become that of a paladin, and then suddenly you're back.
Oh. What I miss? I just like sit up.
You sit up and you feel amazing.
Is that how you wake up? Ooh. Just.
I mean, I'm good, right? Like,
You're good to go. Your necrotic damage that comes from your plate, your magical armor, has also been altered. It now does radiant damage. And its whole aesthetic is that of glass, much like Fizbin's. This toughened glass. If someone were to touch it for too long, eventually their hand would go numb with cold. Yeah. This has been almost a year in the making. Oh, and your arm is back. Brady, you watch as he kind of sits up. He doesn't even seem to see it as lightning pours from his eyes, from his pores, coalescing into his chest. You can almost see his heart as it slowly, lightning in slow motion, comes out of the nub, forms into a hand, and then flesh begins forming around it, and his hand is whole. And Thranduin, because you've had both hands this whole time, you don't even notice. You just are like, I got both hands. I'm good to go.
I'm just like going to scratch my nose with my hand before it's like finished
Yeah,
forming, just because like I'm just like, yeah.
Fizbin, you feel the change. Terra, you have successfully moved the giants away, and they kind of are brought under control by Skiop, who has to kind of run over and kind of beat them over the head with sticks, and kind of tell them to leave. And Skiop also turns, and he looks in awe, confused, a little afraid. And the fire giant stands next to the long dead remains of her mortal enemy, the dragon leaf tree, and watches in silence. Fizbin. Otto, you're still a cloud until you choose to do so otherwise. Fizbin, what do you do?
I'm a lightning storm.
You step into the dome, the stone of the first floor.
Actually, I can hover, so I'm just like kind of hovering.
You go over the
lightning.
trenches into the room.
I imagine I'm like an Archon from StarCraft. Making my way over. Notice who's all there? Thranduin and
Everyone but Otto, who is still technically there but is also a cloud, and then Terra is a burp.
got it.
Big bird.
Ha!
Do they know it's me?
I'm assuming that it's you because I saw you get struck by lightning. So I'm like, cool, and I change forms. So
Okay. That's up to
The
everyone. I don't
rest of
know.
them, like
I don't
know.
I'm just a lightning.
For all they know,
elemental at
that
this
you might
point.
be the Stormfather.
I mean, I'm
Brittany
not
pulls her
attacking.
sword and is like, no, you stay away. Like, no. She hadn't been really letting anyone besides, like, the immediate allies get near anyways.
Okay.
Because he was doing some funky stuff and she's not sure if it's a gent thing
The Avatar of
or
the
a
Storm.
good
That's
thing.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So she's just like crying, and the moment he starts floating over, she thinks he's possessed or something, and it's like, nope.
Yeah. So he'll just like saunter his way in, just kind of position himself. I don't know, 20 feet away from the group, seeing Thranduin, and just show us that you are no longer show us that you are no longer a slave to the demigod. He's got his like arm out ready to blast you. Last he heard was, oh yeah, Jen's gonna take him back over. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, makes sense.
I'm ready
You
to
also
fight.
you also note that the Stormfather did not just snuff Thranduin.
I guess I'll summon my blade,
Okay.
but instead of the normal like purple, it's a brilliant like white blue with like lightning kind of crackling around it instead.
Cool. And I'm assuming you didn't mend your shoulder armor, so it's like you just got a blank hand now without the tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily what he was looking for, but yeah, that'll also do it. He lowers his hand and then slowly just hovers back down, and then kind of like a blinding white light as Fizbin just kind of slowly walks out of it, shakes a little bit.
Cool.
Brady casts Moonbeam? No, I'm just
Bring it!
no, Moonbeam. No, I don't.
You do that for a full minute. Ow! 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 Anyway,
Oh, I know that voice. No.
well, that settles it then.
Yeah,
Is everyone all right?
you missed all the fun.
Brady is picking up Thranduin's arm and like dropping it and then like poking it where like the new arm is.
No one's seen
So is
Otto
it
since the fight.
superpowered?
No one's seen Otto since the fight. For all
Yeah,
y'all know,
no
he's
one
been taken or
cares.
died or
Listen,
something.
Crichton notices, okay?
You'll never see me again.
He is concerned.
That's true. Crichton kind of taking stock of the
Trying to
heads.
put Otto in a bottle or something.
Oh, Dayton. Sorry, Dayton. Danky is like quietly weeping. he's up on the second floor. He doesn't care about any of that. Otto's gone. And he's just kind of like being strong and just looking at the explosion of the hole and just not finding any parts of his best friend.
Oh,
And
no.
and doesn't care about any of that. He's just been like just straight face tears.
And Otto's just, look at him crying.
Well, Otto's been invested in all of the important plot
Alright.
stuff,
I'm chaotic neutral. I'm not chaotic evil. All right. Like,
and he's
I'm not an
Aw,
and
he does care.
Danky's the only one he cares about.
yeah, exactly.
that's what he wants you to think.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna walk over to
You manifest.
well, like not even manifest. I'm just gonna kind of like corporealize in fog form over Whisper first, as I like then take tangible, like a tangible form
Okay.
again, and pick up Whisper, and be like, "That was crazy, right? Like, that was nuts."
The very foundation of linearity has changed.
It'd be really cool if I could hear what you were saying.
Oh well. That's fine. He probably doesn't know much about linearity anyway, or he knows about the pain. He doesn't know about linearity. But as you kind of do that, Danky just wraps you up in a giant bear hug, and just is like,
Sir, kind of
And
got
then
this
puts you
big
down.
gash in the side of my arm.
and then puts you down.
Good. Not dead. Good. Good.
Yeah, not yet.
he like gives you another touch like on the face.
Good.
Okay.
Yes. Good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Okay. I need to lay
Kind
down.
of turns away and like.
I'm gonna go find a bed.
Yes.
Need
Friends.
to lay down.
You need.
Anybody got any?
You know. No. Hey. You need to talk to friends.
Oh. Okay. Where are they?
Downstairs.
And the two of you walk down, and you catch the tail end of Fizbin coming out of his storm form, and the transformation of Thranduin. One of the E1T soldiers kind of steps up to Thranduin and kind of takes a bow, apparently doesn't get too close, and goes, "I am sorry, Prophet, but I have just received word that the village and the volcano is at war.
Oh, good.
The E1T are fighting amongst themselves.
I think I know what that's about.
Please, what is it about?
Well,
I have a son, sir."
No.
He has a son, sir.
What is happening?
you know, Gent.
Yes.
He turned his last followers into blue metal.
Yes, we have been told.
Yeah, and he also has plans for you guys.
Yes, we have. He kind of looks around, and and you watch the E1T are all kind of looking at each other, and very much need a leader in this moment, because it's starting to look like a holy war / rebellion of freedom is brewing. Because some of the E1T have come from the volcano, where Lady Jaquen resides, and some of them have been living for half a year under Dragon's End. and so have been slightly westernized. And when Prince Hillel is like, listen, we're doing this now, and I have to, and Prince Hillel went off to the volcano to tell Lady Jacquin the new information, as well as send reinforcements. Now there is a battle, there is war in the volcano.
Right. Well, I guess he'll kind of stand up and address all of them. I am no longer a prophet of Gent. For I have had a vision and overseen as he slipped up and gave me too much information. He intends to destroy this entire island when he gets free. This cannot be allowed to happen. Your entire way of life will be annihilated without a second thought.
Fizbin is just suddenly using like thaumaturgy to make his voice louder and louder as he talks.
Roll persuasion at advantage. Giants are clueless, by the way. They're all just kind of like, except the, the stone giants and the fire giant. All the hill giants are like, I don't know what's going on.
It's a persuasion, right?
Yep.
23.
23. The one who just spoke to you kind of looks at you, looks at the men, and goes,
Brothers and sisters, we go to fight for our homeland. Gather and coil.
and they cheer. And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Can I say one more thing?
Okay.
We go not to slay your brethren, but to save them.
They all hiss and cheer. And at first you're like, oh, hiss? Oh, right, they're snake folk. And we will pick up right there next Tuesday.